Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an amazing day or evening or whatever time it is that you're watching this particular video. We're going to be going over something that's so important, and it's part of the second part of our series that we have out there, is keeping yourself safe. Especially when we're over 50, and not just for ourselves, but for our parents too, and even for our kids. This particular video is important for everyone. And what we're talking about is emails today. Have you ever gotten an email, like it be from Amazon or Best Buy or PayPal or Capital One or your bank or whatever, and it gets you, you look at the email and you kind of have like a little something in the back of your head that says, this isn't right. This can't be right. And, instead of letting that frustration or panic be the first thing in your head, in the back of that also is like a little bit of like, it could be fake. Let that intuition kick in, and it'll be really helpful for you. Today we're going to be talking about those scammy, fake emails that are sent to you, and it's by scammers, and it's called phishing emails, and they're just traps that are sitting right there in your list of emails. Pretty much every day probably you're getting one or another, but I want to give you ways that you can look out for it, and that you can spot it really easily, and make certain not to be a victim. That's the thing we want now, is just to make certain that we're not a victim. Our parents aren't victims. Our kids aren't victims. So this is what we're going to go over today. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you 3 things to do and 3 things to look out for, and some of the tools that you can use now to make certain that we don't get caught with that. And nobody wants to believe that they can fall for that type of email. And it's not even just us and our second chapter age. Where I had worked previously, before I started working for myself, thank goodness, but that's another video. There was a person that was in her 30s. I guess is that the millennials that are in their 30s now? I don't know what they're called, or what group they're called. But she clicked on an email that was something like, our files, download some files or something, and it was scam. And it put malware on our system, and it was a whole to-do. It was horrible, the things that we had to go through to rectify that. And so if someone that's in their 30s, somewhat computer savvy, can go in and click on that, we can all become victim of it. But the thing you have to do is just to pause, and I'm going to give you things to look out for, so that doesn't happen. I've got some notes down here, so if you see me kind of glancing down, that's what I'm doing, is taking a look at my notes. And I'm going to go over what it is. It's called phishing emails. It's a fake email, and it's trying to get you to click on a link, open an attachment, log into a fake website, and just give them information. And the thing that they're relying on, these scammers, what they're relying on is panic. The scammers are relying on sending you an email. This is what their thought process is. What can we send out that's going to make somebody click on the email? So it has to be panic, or it has to be something that's urgent. And they don't want for you to really take time to go in and read anything or look at anything. They want for you to have that snap type of, oh my gosh, I got to take care of this. And what are they looking for? What do they actually want? They don't want pocket change. That's for certain. They want your credentials. So that's your passwords to your bank account or your Amazon account, or your Netflix account, or your Apple account. They want that. They want some information for your identity. Enough personal information like your social security number, your date of birth, to open up credit cards in your name, your address, something like that. Or they want your cash. Not a little bit of cash, but they want to convince you into thinking that you owe some type of money or something for a service that you bought. And, it could look like it's coming from It could look like it's coming from your bank, like I mentioned, your credit card company, Amazon, Best Buy, PayPal. I've gotten things from Best Buy all the time. I still get that, and I just delete it at this point. I do have a Best Buy account, but we'll go into that a little bit later, but it looked like it's coming from a delivery service or even a government agency or something or someone that maybe it's saying that we go onto Facebook and we put so much information out online about ourselves. So it could be maybe your college that you went to or your high school that you went to. Hey, we're having a high school reunion. We want to send you some information. Make certain that you put down your name and your date of birth so we can, check our records. Or this is coming from this university that you attended, and click here from an important message from your dean that we want to give you an honorary, whatever, some type of something that they just want for you to click on a link, and it's not real. And their goal is to make you do something that gives them access to your information. That's what it is. So the different types of scams that they send out, and there's two really dangerous email traps that I'm going to tell you about, and their favorite disguise that they want to use over and over again are these kind of two heavy hitters. There's some other little outliers, but mostly these are the two types that they send. So it's going to be a fake bank security alert. So it's like the Capital One scam. And what it is, it's going to you're going to get an email and it's going to say your Capital One account has been frozen due to suspicious activity, or your bank account, your Wells Fargo account, or your Bank of America account, or your Truist account, whatever, it's been frozen due to suspicious activity. So, and it says to click here to verify your identity. So that's what they're going to send, and it's going to, look like it came from Capital One. It's going to have Capital One there in the email. But the reality is that link, if you click on it, it's going to take you to a website. It's going to look like Capital One. It's going to be a beautiful clone of Capital One. It looks just like the website, and they want for you to put in your username and your password. And as soon as you do that, you've given them the keys to your actual bank account and your bank information straight to a criminal. So that's one of the things that they say. So they might say, it could say something. It doesn't even have to say that it was frozen due to suspicious activity. It could say that it was locked, looks like there's suspicious activity, or your payment failed, or you need to verify your identity, or there was a charge to your bank card of $599. If you didn't authorize this charge, then click this link, and then it's going to take you to whatever bank. Like I said, it's going to take you to a website. It looks like it's a bank account. It looks like it's coming straight from the bank, and want you to put in your username and password. That's what they want you to do. It's meant to scare you into acting quickly. So that one's a one that's going to be frightening. Now the other one that they send you is just going to make you angry. So they're relying on those emotions either to scare you or to make you mad. So the other one they send, and I've gotten this one, is that you're going to get an email from Best Buy, Geek Squad. It says that, thank you for your order. Your credit card has been charged $399 for your annual Geek Squad Tech Protection Renewal. I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten that email, and you just panic because you're like, what the heck? I didn't order that. Why are they charging me $399? Not even thinking, let me pick up my phone, which, the phones, I know phones are bad, but for some ways phones are good. And if you do have a bank account with a bank, I highly recommend that you download the app on your phone for your bank account so you can easily go in and check that. Because once you get that, it says, oh, thank you for, your payment has gone through. Look at your phone. My phone has notifications when something is paid. I have it linked to all my credit cards. So as soon as a payment is made, if I'm out at a restaurant and I pay for my meal, then I see it come up on my phone right away. Or if you have your bank account, you can log in there and see if that charge actually went through. And that way it's showing you if you're, if that's fake or not. So, when you see that email, that's one other thing you can do. So that'll be a fourth thing actually, because I'm going to go over three other things you can do. So when you see that email, don't just, react and click on that link. Take a look at your phone, see if the charge did go through or not. That, they want to get you riled up. They want to get you panicked because you didn't have a Geek Squad, you didn't purchase Geek Squad in the first place. So why are they charging me $399? And it'll say, if you didn't authorize this charge, click here so we can take care of it, or whatever nonsense they're going to say. But they just want you to click on the link. That's all. Then they want you to go in and put in your Best Buy username and password, and there you go. They're off to the races then. So it could say something like, thank you for your purchase. Your receipt is attached. We'll go into those attachments because when they say your receipt is attached, what they want you to do is click on the receipt, and then they're going to put malware on your computer. And it can go in and that can cause a whole mess. It can cause a virus. It can go in and check all your passwords and your logins and all that stuff. So they want you to click on their attachment. They're going to tell you to call a phone number immediately if it wasn't you. And you're going to just say, oh, let me call this number, pick it up, and then you're going to get a scammer that's going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff. They're going to aggravate your day. Or they're going to try to take your money. That's the two things, either aggravation or try to take your money. So another thing that they send out also, they'll send out a fake delivery or a package email, and everybody's ordering stuff online. Right before I sat down to do this video, I heard my porch door open, and I know that Amazon dropped something off over there for me. So, we get a lot of orders online, and yeah, it's convenient. But it'll come up and it'll say something like your package couldn't be delivered, or update your shipping information, or click here to reschedule your delivery. And if it says, like, it can say something crazy like a delivery, we weren't able to deliver your 65-inch TV, click here to update your information. You can be, doggone it, I didn't order a 65-inch TV. So you're gonna, you get in that panic mode. That's not the panic mode, that's just the angry mode right there. So you're gonna be angry, you're gonna not even think, you're like, what are they telling me? I didn't order that. And then you're gonna click on the link, and then you're gonna have a lot more problems than a 65-inch TV not being delivered. So another thing they do is they have a fake password reset your email. That'll come to it. It'll look like it's coming from Google or Apple or Microsoft or another account provider, and it'll say something that someone tried to sign in with your account. Click here to if it wasn't you. Now sometimes Google actually will. If I opened up another email account for this channel. So, Google did send me something saying, this was attached to your email, but I knew I was doing that. So if you've done something that that you were doing, and you're in the middle of doing some work, and maybe you're adding another email or something like that, then that's a legitimate one. But yeah, so I mean, if you're in the middle of working and you're doing something, and that you've set up a new email or something, then of course that Google is going to send you, because you requested them to send you a code or something to your email. But if you're just getting that randomly and you didn't do it, don't click on the link. And another one, like I said, was the attachments. They'll tell you to click here to get your receipt, open up a Word file, your invoice is attached. And that attachment, like I said, it'll contain malware, or it wants you to give them some information. And we went over the why they're doing that. They want your username, password, they want your banking information, they want your credit card number, they want your social security number, they want access to your email account, or they want to access any account they can get. They want to access that, or they want for you to install malware on your device. Sometimes they can put a malware where it can actually go in and see what you're typing on your computer. So it doesn't even, like, it's not anything that's going to pop up all of a sudden and say, oh, you got malware. That was maybe back in the, I don't know, 2000s or something like that. But now they've gotten really sneaky where they can install something on your computer and just see what keystrokes you're doing. So you won't even know that it's on there, but then you're going in and you're checking your bank account and you're doing this, that, and the other, and that's just gathering information in the background, and next thing you know, you got a whole problem on your hands. So now I'm going to give you the 3 things that you can do to make sure that you stay safe. And like I said, share this with whoever you feel that information might be helpful. I just had something just pop up because I've got my iPad down here with Capital One, but I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read it. But I didn't do anything with Capital One, so it's probably one of those emails that we're talking about right now. What I want for you to do, the 3 things. So the first thing I want for you to do is to look at the sender's address. So you're going to, when you open up the email, at the very top, if you click the arrow or you look at where the sender's information comes from, you're going to see it looks fishy. Sometimes it can say like it's coming from Capital One, but you want to click and tap on the sender's name in the heading information and look at the actual email that's hiding behind the message. It can say something like Capital One at bogus security update -xyz.net. It's fake. Real company is going to have their official domain. It's going to say whatever, support@capitalone.com. So that's one of the things that you can do. Also, you can look at, sometimes they'll have just poor grammar in there. It doesn't read properly. It'll have like dear customer. It won't even have your name on there. It's going to have like urgent threats. Your credit card company aren't going to send you any type of urgent threat or anything like that. It's going to pressure you to act immediately, or you're just going to feel off. So that's one of the things you do. Look at the sender's name. The second thing you can do, if you see something that comes from Capital One or whatever, go directly to the company. Like I said, if you've got that app on your phone, check the app, take out your credit card, call the number that's on the back. It's not a long hold or anything like that, or go directly to the website for the company. So you're going to go into your Bank of America online. Go there. Don't click on that email. Go directly to the company. Go directly to the company and just bypass that altogether and ask them, hey, is there something that's going on with my account? If it's Best Buy, whatever the case may be, you can go directly to the company and check or call them. If it's a credit card, the number's right on the back. Give them a call, ask them if something happened, and they'll let you know. So that's the second thing. And the third thing that you can do now, if you just don't, if you don't want to call your credit card company or anything like that, you can take a screenshot on your phone, or if you're at your desktop and it's there, you can do a screenshot with your desktop. You can get the snipping tool. That's in everybody's desktop, and snip the thing of the email, or you can take your phone, take a picture of it, and run it through AI. Run it through Gemini, run it through Chat GPT. Just take a picture of it, put the picture inside, open up a little chat or Gemini with a message or whatever you're using, and say, hey, does this, I got this email. Does it seem like it's legitimate? Does it seem like it's a phishing email? Do you see any red flags in this email? Super quick. You can even talk to it. You don't have to type anything out. You just attach the picture in there and just ask it, hey, does this email seem like it's legit? And it can point out things and tell you if it's if it's legitimate or not. And don't take AI's word for it if you still feel a little bit off. I think the best thing to do is to, take a look at the sender's email first of all. If it looks like it's off and it's phony, just ignore it, delete it. If it's something that's important from your credit card company, they're going to call you. If they say that there was a charge made, check on your phone. Check on your computer, go and look at the credit card transactions and see if there actually was a transaction there. So the biggest thing and probably the most important thing is to just pause. Just pause. Don't panic. Don't get angry. I know it's going to get a little flustered, but just think, this doesn't seem right. If it doesn't seem right, it probably isn't. So I hope that I provided you with some information to help that. And like I said, this is the second part of a series just for keeping us safe online and just safe in general. The last video that I did, and I'm going to link it up here somewhere, or I'll link it in the show notes, the show notes. It was going over how to stop some of the scam calls that we're getting. So this one, it's not going to stop the emails from coming, but you can delete it. You could go in and maybe put it in as a spam. You put it into your spam box or something like that, so they won't come so frequently, but at least it'll keep you safe. And I hope that you found this video helpful. There will be a new video out next week that's going to be another safety video for us. So I hope that you will come back next week. Please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comments section. Let me know what type of email scams that you've gotten, or if that's happened to you, or if you've seen anything. The one that I see most commonly that comes across for me is the Best Buy one with the Geek Squad. That's the one that pops in my head that I seem to get quite often. But I hope that you all have a wonderful remainder of your day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.